Hi everyone, it's Carissa. Today we're going to look at my favorite bind off for toe up socks. This is the knit two together through the back loop bind off, and it is super stretchy. So it's really great for things like toe up socks, or you could work it on the collar of a sweater or whatever you need to be nice and stretchy. And it creates a nice clean edge as well. You can work it on any combination of knits and purls. So here we're doing a knit one, purl one ribbing, but you could work this on stockinette, on knit two, purl two ribbing, on garter stitch, whatever you like. So let's take a look at how to do it. So I have this little bit of ribbing here that I'm ready to bind off. And I'm going to start by working the first two stitches in whatever stitch pattern I'm currently doing. So I'm working knit one, purl one ribbing, so I'm going to knit that first stitch and then purl the second. So work the first two stitches regardless of whether those are knits or purls. Then I'm going to transfer those two stitches from my right hand needle back to my left hand needle without twisting them. So the left needle goes into both of those stitches from left to right, and I simply slip them back onto my left hand needle. Now I want to knit those two stitches together through the back loop. So I will insert my right needle through both of those stitches, but through the back loops behind the left hand needle. Wrap my yarn and pull it through for a knit two together through the back loop. Now I'm going to work the next stitch, which for me is a knit one. And then I'll do the same thing. I will transfer these two stitches back to my left hand needle. So without twisting them, just insert the left needle from left to right. And now they are transferred back to the left needle. Then I can knit them together through the back loop. So I'll insert my right needle through the back loops of both of those. Yarn over and pull that loop through for a knit two together through the back loop. Bring my yarn to the front because my next stitch is a purl. Then I want to make sure that I bring my yarn to the back again because my next step is going to be to knit two together. So the yarn needs to be in the back for a knit. So I will transfer those two stitches to the left hand needle, and then I will insert my right needle through the back loops of both of them and knit them together. Now if you hold your yarn in the right hand, it works the same exact way. So my next stitch is a knit one. I'm going to knit that stitch. Then I want to transfer those two stitches back to my left hand needle. And then I want to knit those two stitches together through their back loops. And you can tell that I don't typically knit with the yarn in my right hand because I'm not very good at it. All right, there we go. I split the plies, but I fixed it. Then my next stitch is a purl, so my yarn needs to come to the front, and I will purl that stitch. Then my yarn needs to come to the back before I transfer those two stitches to my left hand needle again. And I want to knit them together through the back loop, so go into both the back loops and knit them together through the back loop. And if you have been paying attention, you probably realized that whenever I transfer those stitches to the left needle again, I don't really need to remove my right hand needle before I do the knit two together through the back loop. So let's take a look. I'm going to knit the next stitch, and then I have my two stitches on the right hand needle that I want to transfer to the left needle. So I'm going to put the left needle in from left to right, and if I insert the left needle from left to right here in front of the right needle, that puts my right needle already in position to do the knit two together through the back loop. So I don't even have to transfer them, remove my right needle, stick my right needle back in, and then do the knit two together. I can just do that in one fell swoop. So my next stitch is a purl. I'll bring my yarn forward, purl that stitch, bring my yarn backward, and then if I want to put my left needle in front of my right needle as I transfer those two stitches, then I don't have to remove my right needle here just to put it back into the back loops of those two stitches. I can simply do my knit two together through the back loop. And repeat. Work the next stitch, whether that be a knit or a purl, and then knit them together through the back loop. Work the next stitch. Make sure that you bring the yarn to the back again if that was a purl stitch, and then knit them together through the back loop. And I'm going to repeat this all the way around until I get to the last stitch, and I'll meet you there. So I'm almost done with my bind off now on the last couple stitches. When we do that last knit two together through the back loop, so we're left with only the one stitch on our right hand needle, I'm going to grab my scissors and cut my yarn, and then I'm going to simply pull that stitch all the way out to tie that off. And now when I go to weave in my ends, I'm going to take that tail and put it on a tapestry needle. And when I weave in my ends, I can make this bind off look a little more continuous by going into that first V from the bind off and sort of mimicking this chain of V of knit stitches along the top of the bind off there. So under both legs of that first V, I'm going to go from front to back through that V under both legs, pull that taut, and then where my tail was coming out of that last stitch that I bound off, I want to go back into that stitch down from the top and out on the wrong side of the fabric. And now when I pull that a little snug, you can see that my bind off, all of that chain of V stitches is pretty much continuous. Then I can take my tapestry needle and go ahead and weave in my end on the inside. And you can see it's a very stretchy bind off, so it's great. That is why I love this bind off for toe up socks. I hope this video has been helpful. Thanks for watching.